On the Isle of Driftmark, late enough that the moonlight shone upon the sea below, the Mighty Dragon Sapphire began to make her landing in the courtyard of high tide. Her blue scales seemed almost invisible in the dark of the night, her body seeming more like the ocean than that of a mighty beast. Serwyn had been to Driftmark many times before, but never under such circumstances, and never to meet with a prince. Caraxes the Red Worm seemed to scowl down upon him, the mighty beast choosing to rest at the top of high tide, rather than join Sapphire in the courtyard, though perhaps for the best, as the two looked upon each other with growls and snarls. Both soon began to seem comfortable in the company of each other, an uneasy silence between them. Lord Serwyn marched his way through the great hall of high tide, where servants dashed around the room with wines and foods to bring to the table, trying to sate the appetite of the Prince of the Stepstones. Lord House Doron, Damon spoke. The 40-year-old sat beside his wife, the Lady Lena Valarian. I had heard much talk of you from our mutual friend. He spoke, his hands motioning towards Corlys. Though the Seasnake did not mention just how impressive your mount was. For a younger dragon, its size is something to be amazed about. She grew up in a natural cave, like those in Dragonstone, not in a dragon pit like others, Serwyn noted, recounting his dragon lore as he approached the table. But seeing the Red Worm in person is not something I had ever expected the privilege to see. You should see Vhagar then. That would stun you. Lena spoke with a wise tone, speaking through a mask which covered the wounds to her face. She sat between her husband and her father, yet she seemed the wisest of all, looking towards him with a curt look. I'm sure that all such dragons will have a chance to meet, should we agree upon our path forward. Lord Corlys spoke, his tone commanding the room, all eyes turning to him. Prince Daemon, there was a time in past where we united our forces to deal with the Crab Feeder and the Triarchy, to rout them from the Stepstones. And with our powers combined, we were successful for a time, before piracy rose once more. Now it seems we must once more secure the Stepstones. Once more, piracy rises, ships are docked and taken. And once more, Prince Daemon, I offer you a chance to secure yourself a kingly title. But this time, we shall not be denied. What denied you in past? Serwyn asked, a curious tone in his voice as he took a sip of the fine wine. Dawn joined the war alongside the Triarchy when our supplies were low and our forces weak. They defeated us, and eventually Prince Daemon was sent back to Bloodstone. Though in the time since, he has done much work to regrow his power, resecuring the upper Stepstones one isle at a time, defeating the pirates and installing trusted lords. Even mine own nephew has taken charge of an isle. Their forces shall be ready and loyal, should we choose to strike. And more importantly, I have done work to sow the seeds of discontent, Prince Daemon smirked. A whisper here or there, a sunken ship or two, and suddenly Dawn and the Free Daughters are once more at each other's throats, forgetting a time when they would ever call each other friends. There is a chance they may still come to each other's aid, but it doesn't matter, Serwyn responded. If the three of us combined, no amount of men would scare us. Sapphire is only 40, yet she has more battle experience than most dragons alive, defeating greater numbers in the Shield Islands consistently. With Vhagar, Meles, and Caraxes alongside her, the Triarchy stands little chance. They would stand alone. Not completely alone, Corlys noted. Pentos would stand with them. They have a defensive agreement that would come into effect, but Pentos's forces do not worry me. They have numbers, but little experience. They are unruly and untrained, whereas we have some of the finest forces in the world. Victory is assured, especially if we lay our plans right. Indeed. Free forces, all of a stronger size and power. Free leaders uniting to secure prizes of our own. Prizes we could not receive elsewhere. Land, titles, blood. All things denied to us by the King Viserys. A good man, sure, but a slow actor. He's had decades to deal with the Triarchy or deal with Dawn, yet he sits idle. Now, we have a chance to once more secure our fate. This time, we will give them no chance. Corlys looked towards Prince Daemon. Burn each island to dust. Leave no remnants of pirates. Secure each and every isle in loyal hands. And build new castles, proper castles. We'll turn the Stepstones from a constant headache into a way to control all trade in and out of Westeros. Total control. Serwyn began to smile. A remarkable power for us all to hold, but what part of it would I play? And more importantly, what gain shall I receive? None of us are young men. Some of us certainly less so than others. But I don't fight for nothing. He spoke with a rising smirk. Serwyn knew he was the smallest player at this table. He was standing against the Seasnake and the Rogue Prince, two legendary names. But he also knew that they needed him. Why else would they call upon Sapphire's aid? So he took a sip and looked upon Lord Corlys. Coin. Coin enough to pay for a dragon pit of your own, perhaps. Or to expand that keep of yours, make it one of true renown, known all across the Reach. Land, Lena spoke after a moment's silence. We shall grant one of the isles to your son, your second son, to give him a place to rule, give your dynasty a place to grow. Let the name Doron be heard and remembered forevermore. And blood, Daemon spoke, standing, holding a wine within his hands. Blood of many, burning these pirates out of their dens, and then cutting them to nothing, letting the whole realm see the brutality of our creed, letting none ever doubt the power of our Rogues Alliance. For that is what we are. Rogues. Cut off from the throne in one way or another, but each having made their own name and their own path. We are a mighty force standing together, one that none could ever doubt. One that will be remembered forever. So tell me, Lord Doron, does that satisfy your question? Daemon asked with his wicked smile, extending his hand across the table. Serwyn did not hesitate to meet it, shaking his hand and sealing their pact. And on that day, the rogues went to war. Hello guys and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, the Game of Thrones. Well, today we continue as Lord Serwyn the Stout, as we are, well, in the War of Rogues, rogue dragons, finally reclaiming the Stepstones. Their last attempt to take the kingdom of the Stepstones was foiled by Dawn. But with a severing of relations between Dawn and the Three Daughters, Corlys and Daemon immediately took to their dragons of it. Daemon, now 42 years old, of course. But they don't fight alone. Serwyn the Stout has come to join their fight, seeing it in many ways as a battle of his own. A good way to make strong allies, and with great promises made to him, promises of funding for a potential dragon pit from the richest man in Westeros, but also a promise of potential land in the Stepstones for his second son, Unwin. And that is exactly why we are joining, and we are going to be fighting this. 4,000 men, and we're immediately going to take them to sea, and we're going to try and get them, I think, probably land straight in Skullhammer. We've received some extra funding from the Seasnake to pay for the costs of this war, because it's going to be an expensive war. But if we are successful in the war, then we should hopefully get funding to build our own dragon pit. I have learned that you need to be a Lord Paramount to do so, but I know there's a couple ways we can get around that, and that is what we are going to do. Meet an accolade. I don't have anyone worthy of an accolade yet, but I'll keep that in mind. This really is basically all the main islands of Westeros, other than obviously the Iron Islands. Like, these small islands all coming together. If we had the Arbor and Tarth involved, then that would be truly the full islands. Yeah, it looks like Daemon's heading straight for Skullhammer. We are outnumbered. 30,000 to 16,000. But 2 to 1 for Dragonriders, especially when we're looking at, I think, 2 through Daemon, 1 through me, and then 1 or 2 through Corlys. You know, we should be looking pretty strong odds in our favour, especially if we can get a good landing. There is still potential Dawn can join. I've said it so Dawn will get the event to potentially join, but with the negative relations they have with the Three Daughters, and actually the positive relations with the Iron Throne, though there's a good chance they may stay out of this, which for us is a godsend. So Corlys is now on his way. Gluttonous or... yeah, food's always a joy. There's nothing wrong with living a bit in the excess. And here comes Pentos. Really hope that they aren't planning on landing on me, or else I'm screwed. Yep, I'm screwed. Am I able to get away from this? Probably not in time. Great. Please help me, Daemon. Oh, I think I got away literally just in time there. That could have gone bad for me. Oh, it's the full armies all united here. I think they're going to try and take this all in one battle. Are they running? Are we all running? Wow. That lack of confidence. I think we could have won that. Oh. And the Seasnake couldn't get away. Alright, we're going to fight this. I think we can still win this, though. Oh, but Corlys leading is a bit awkward because Corlys doesn't have a dragon. Yeah, you can see that's 2 dragon rolls all at once there, though. This should still be a victory. Oh, especially when a huge kill right there. That must have been maybe Caraxes or Vhagar getting a kill event there. That's nearly 2,000 in one quick bite there. Another 700 commander advantage. Was that a stack wipe? Oh my goodness, they're down to 3,000 men. Oh, dear lord, in one battle. This is why people would fear the Iron Throne, you know. The Iron Throne has this amount of dragons just ad hoc at whim. Incredible danger from 3 dragons. I mean, I don't even know how many kills Sapphire got there. I assume not many. No, doesn't seem like Sapphire was getting any in that fight. That was all Caraxes and Vhagar. Or is it Vhagar or Seasmoke? Who's he sent? Yeah, okay, Rhaenys is with him, so it's Vhagar that did that. I mean, when you have Vhagar and Caraxes on the same side, I don't see how you can lose. Because Vhagar is obviously his wife still. Yeah, Vhagar, and then, sorry, Rhaenys is brought in. I've got myself confused there. Obviously, Rhaenys is on the back of of the mighty Maylis. So Maylis, Caraxes, Vagar, and Sapphire are all fighting together here. No wonder it's such a dominant victory. And that is, I mean, even with Pentos allying with them, that was the odds. They almost need to hope Dawn will join them now, but their relations are so bad, I don't think Dawn will do so. But Dawn not joining means that this could be a big problem for them. I'm losing a tiny bit of monthly income, but I've been promised payment at the end of this, so I don't see a problem with doing so. I mean, obviously, payment for the Dragon Keep, and I do still need to pay for a bloody grand wedding with Corley's here. But, you know, also taking control of this stuff is getting our funding up time and time again. He's going to land on Bloodstone, isn't he? Oh no, he's going back up this way. You know, I'm going to intercept him then. Because I can take those forces by myself. With Sapphire. Gonna catch him in Skullhammer. Wipe what little forces he has left. Ooh, and let's also keep going into the Gallant trait. Make my knights stronger too. Plus 148 from battle rolls, which is obviously from having a dragon. Sapphire pulls us higher and above the chaos of the Skullhammer, allowing a brief rest among the clouds. On the battlefield, I see that the Triarch has already drawn his forces forward. Most surprising of all, he's leading their wedge charge himself. I see for myself at the audacity of it. Every fibre of my being yearns to make him pay. We're going to take him down. A pathetic attempt. And that can be our mark on this war. Slaying the Triarch in battle. On the back of Sapphire. And that's a huge scalp. A huge skull to add to Sapphire's list there. The King of the Three Daughters. Damon has even more troops now. How many does he have? He has 3,000 men total. I assume their attempt is going to be to claim down there. I think we need to go back and see. Decide where we're landing. Where's the capital? Oh, it's all the way over here. Ooh. We're not going to get that. What I could do is I could just siege down Mir for money. If I siege down Mir and Tarosh, you know, that's going to be huge occupation costs. But it might also be difficult just because of how many garrisons. Which is the bigger garrison? They both actually have quite small garrisons. Huh. Let's see if we can take Tarosh. There'd be huge money involved in if we were to occupy it. Get the raid on it. Especially because there's lots of holy places. This temple holding here is obviously the Temple of the Lord of Light. So very, very wealthy. We're going to use our dragon. Moderate dragon siege destruction, yes. I'll probably there'll be no defense at all if I take the others first, maybe. Yeah, it's gonna be 7 years, and it's not that high a loot. Let's see if we get more taking elsewhere. Oh, they actually have some troops left, and they're trying to unsiege the lands we've taken. I assume, hopefully, they'll come back and unsiege that. As long as it's not Skullhammer, we'll be fine on that. Let's just spend the 6 months taking the trios here. Put them down the walls. Loot their holy castles and temples. Oh, and another son has been born. With a tidy, blissful style, Joanna presents me with a perfect little son. Well, I assume she'd do so when I return from war, because right now I wouldn't see it. But Stevron is a lovely Reachman name, I think. Oh, actual fort here. We're having to fight. I wasn't expecting that. 53 days to take the temple. And then this borough's even weaker. Yeah, very, very small garrisons here. The Westerosi pox. The plague is spreading. Think of Valeman sweats. We have max from battle, so we have to get occupation anyway. But we don't have war score from held objectives. Why? I mean, we have the capital of Skullhammer, don't we? I hope it's not that we need their capital for that to gain war score. Because we're not going to get their capital. It's inland. Also, they're ruled by Triarch Namara, who is in these armies? Yes. Okay. $10 left on the siege. Far longer left in Duskrain, though. That's going to be months. But it is one of the county capitals. $35 from that. That's only basically going to pay for the costs to get back over here. But I think better quality men. I still think I can take this battle. You know, if he's not going to do it, I might as well. And my dogs ran away. See if they can outrun me. They're certainly going to try. We can catch them here. Leading again, like very bad commander advantage, just in general, from them. Look at the numbers, losing far more than we are. Huge commander advantage. But we have actually lost a good amount here. We have had a lot routed. So not a complete victory from us. In person, over here, the giddy enough of Jane, she must be playing with Elva. Abandoning my current course, I approached you unseen, unaware of my presence. Why are you bold, Jane? You're not Aegon. Let's give you some hair back. Unless your dragon burned off your hair, in which case, whoops. That's why I don't let kids play with dragons. They burn their bloody hair off. And then we can't use our dragon here because it's a pirate then. How far are they going to be routed? Should I just follow them on the route? I think I followed them here. It's because they're likely to unsiege somewhere more important, because Pirel isn't that important. If I can catch them on the route, I'll get an extra advantage. Oh, I may have caught them here, in fact. And now we have both the numbers and we have advantage. I'm hoping these Isles could be the ones we give to Unwin. He's now 12 years old. He wouldn't gain anything until he's 16, regardless. But it would just be good to have our second son landed somewhere, you know? Rather than living a life of nothing. I mean, that's what Daemon did all of this for. Should have that siege soon. Take him out in Torturous Deep, and then we will siege back Corral. Well, but first we're actually going to fight here. I guess, yeah, because I can't retreat it because it's a hostile tile. I draw Sapphire into a dive above the enemy line. With no prompt of my own, the Sapphire roars mightily, a terrifying sound rippling with fury. These enemy troops are maggots, frightening and fleeing though exposed to light. Filthy grubs, I think to myself. Our soldiers take quick advantage of the situation, storming forward as the enemy line buckles. See a huge mortality rate on this one. A huge routed. And that removes them from the fight. Brings them down to these 1,000 men. Yeah, this was always going to be the Triarch's problem with breaking ties with Karen. I mean, Karen doesn't like any of us, obviously. But... Oh! I captured him in battle! That'll be our victory then. Huge victory too. Imagine Damon will... They may wait for this battle to be finished just to get the loot from it before he pushes the piece. But it is Damon who has to push it, like I can't enforce it. Damon's the war leader here. There we go. So Daemon Targaryen is now king of the Stepstones. Whoa, whoa, whoa. War in the Reach? Liberty War? Oh, and the numbers are actually against us here. Crap. Spanning my men. Think I can still bring him back up right away. But I think we need to join this war. I think we need to make our allegiance known with Lord Tyrell. No, he's 14. We can't have the peaks grubbing for power here. Maybe we could get a boon from helping him as well. But first we need to receive our boons from Daemon and from Corlys. I mean, Daemon now has 6,000 men. This is actually a really threatening army here. And Skullhammer and Sharpjaw. Obviously, mechanically, I can't really give him to Unwin yet, because Unwin is still 12. When he is 16, Unwin will be given these titles. But first, I want to receive my payment from Corlys. I want to join this war in the Reach. Okay. So no, I am not able to build a dragon pit. The bypass will not currently work. Maybe because I didn't set it up when I first started, but I will take the gold that I was promised, even if it's a little less than what would have been needed. Just because. And then I believe we can do that grand wedding when... How old is she now? 14, so I guess in a year they should be wed. Either way, we are going to be joining this war. We're going to be getting our troops over here to try and help the Tyrells. Can I take them through... Why can I not traverse these? Oh, because they're hostile. We're going to try and get as quick as we can to the Tyrell main forces. Because this is a very spread out and split war. So if we can get near the Tyrells and stay with the Tyrells, we should be fine. What I will do with a little bit of the gold is upgrade Blacksmith, because that's like sort of the best immediate cost improvement. And you know, it's a lot of my money. Maybe too much of my money, thinking about it. Like, actually, an incredible amount of my money. But I'll ransom away these guys and pay for the rest. Whoops. Yeah, it was a bit much. But I totally forgot. I can actually dragon the conquered kingdoms, which is pretty awesome. I could basically just go in and try and draconically conquer Lys now. Or Mir, or Tarosh, or these disputed lands. Which maybe I should do. Or maybe I shouldn't, because, you know, probably wouldn't end up going well for me. Maybe I should just go straight for the peaks. Try and siege the peak capital. Let's see if I can avoid these and get around and help in this battle over here with the Rowans. Get it this way. And then join the battle into here. see if having a Dragonrider is going to help this battle at all. Oh, my goodness. I fly high above the enemy's position, men and horses alike, positioning themselves for the battle to come. Oh, my Great Dragon Sapphire, they look at mere ants to me. Burn them, Sapphire. Burn them all. I think we probably still lose this battle. Oh, it's actually becoming really narrow here with the rolls that I'm giving them. This could go. This I think actually could be win. This is going to be won by us. Just the sheer raw power of having Sapphire in a battle for you. Let's see how are things going for this army. Okay, they're wiping this one, and then they're probably going to wipe the peaks after. Oh my god, even more! Seeing Arwood in battle and choosing to burn him too. Oh my goodness, a bunch of people are leaving the war because they've been burned out of it. Dear lord. But I've lost a lot of men there. I'm down to 2,800 now. Let's burn Sage Crown. Basically, I just want to secure, if we secure this part of the Manda, and then the Tali, or the Tali's and the Reach. Are the Tali's even in this on our side? No, the Tali's are neutral. Okay, so just the Tyrells then secure the south. Dragonfire all across. You'd imagine many would complain about us using Dragonfire in the Reach, but it's worked so far. I got the red front out of the war. I mean, it literally did too. You can see his father was incinerated by Sapphire in battle, and I assume the young Sir Gunther chose not to fight alongside them. Need to be careful that this army could attack me. Yeah, they're moving towards me. Let's go. We're getting out of here. Let's get down and reunite with the main army. Try and stay out of their reach. Yeah, okay, we've eluded them. Stay with the Tyrells. But it seems like now they're trying to reunite with the Peaks, so maybe we can now push the advantage. Yeah, we got him. Wow, and they're just going to sit there and watch rather than even helping. Why would they do that? They know that we're just going to attack them right afterwards, right? Huge losses in numbers there. Not to mention Serwyn was actually leading that battle too. Serwyn leading this battle as well. I mean, Serwyn's letting himself be known as a great commander here, even if he is having a dragon, which certainly does help him out. Hopefully the Tyrells are going to owe me a favour for this great victory. Going to take out the Lord of this one here, Ardenates. This is the Old Flowers, right? Yeah, we're totally the Gardener, even though they aren't. I don't really think they're Gardener successors, but whatever will be, will be. Let's try and catch Peaks. If I can catch them and then just siege down Dustinbury. Yeah, that's going to get him here. Is that Lord? Yeah, that's Unwin. Unwin Peak fought in battle. I mean, he's got a good history against dragons, but don't think it's going to serve him here. Let's siege down Dustinbury, and that should be the end of the war. With more prisoners. Okay, this hasn't been. I mean, this has been a great 2 years so far for Serwyn. I mean, he is making his name. Honestly, I might as well go for the 3 daughters. Like, why not just conquer Lys? Earn myself a second kingdom. I'm not going to, though, because that's stupid. And I don't really want land. If I was doing that for land, I'd probably give it to a son, rather than take it myself. You know, spread the dynasty. Because that's far more interesting than just conquering it all myself. Yeah, Daemon's a very strong position here in the Stepstones now. I don't think he'll rejoin with the Iron Throne, though, but I imagine it'd be on his mind at least. I love how I can't even pick. If I pick to be polite, you know, I get upset because I'm sadistic, so we're always going to be going for the bloody option. Burning down their walls. Though who knows, you know, you have to imagine Lionel could be different. Lionel, of course, now riding on Hegagon. I could get a squire for him as well. None of these squires are worthy, though. Oh, Eleanor Valarian has taken to the skies on the White Beast Melistral. That's good news for us. That's Lionel's wife. So Lionel and his wife are dragon riders now. Although her dragons are older. Melistral is 11, whereas Hegagon is only 5. But we now have, if I hover over, you see 3 owns dragons, although only 1 is tamed. You should get to work on taming Hegagon. Get riding. Should I give a dragon egg to Serwyn? Because we still have this beige dragon egg. We might as well. Just because, you know, we never know, Sapphire could lay another clutch. But I don't even know what would happen with Sapphire herself, because, you know, even my heirs have a dragon. But again, it's more Valyrian custom to give the eggs to your children and let them grow with the egg, rather than it is to have your children inherit your dragon. It doesn't really happen all that often that your children inherit your dragon. I mean, Maegor rode on Balerion, but beyond that, it's not, you know, so it's especially not your heir. Your heir doesn't usually get to ride on them. They're having another child with my dear wife, so maybe they'll have a chance of riding on Dragonback. I was thinking for Jane that a marriage into Aerys could be good. Maybe. Tie us closer with Daemon and with the other Targ branch. But for Unwin, he's getting so close of age now. Again, we could marry into Darstone, who are our neighbours. So, I mean, I think Darstone makes a lot of sense. Especially considering all of the others. And she's brave. Unwin himself is gluttonous but just. I think this is a good match. It's cute to get Darstone as a friend rather than a foe. Very close to sieging Dustinbury now. What is the held objective in this case? Is it Dustinbury? You have to imagine it might be. And when rude, authoritative. Let's give him authoritative. He sees the peak handles. Oh! Commander advantage. Controlled Heresy Defender advantage. That's really good. If I could get something better than this shitty infantry spear, I could be a really strong fighter, you know. I mean, I've got good prowess anyway, but, you know, I could be like a proper... If I could get Valyrian Steel. Oh, if I could get Valyrian Steel. But that's a challenge of its own, right? Valyrian Steel. Let's attack them over here. Let's prevent them from sieging. Yeah, there we go. We hold the war target. Dustinbury is the war target. Makes sense. I'm sure if we push down these, it will go even quicker. We want to take out the peaks first. Like, again, Unwin's a really good fighter, actually. He's got Never Back Down. Which I also have, but I also have a Chivalry focus, which gives me even more commander advantage. Wiped him again. Down to 18 men now, the peaks. I think at that point you stop fighting, especially when dragon fires are raining on your walls. Not sure what's worth fighting for at that point, you know. But some people are more resistant than most. Oh! Oh no, Sapphire is wounded. Okay, I'm gonna keep Sapphire out of these fights then. Wounding herself on the enemy's walls, not a wise course of action from me. So her health's still gonna be fine, but you want to be sure. Keep her safe. Hopefully, this is going to keep us in the minds of the Tyrells as a strong ally. I mean, we single-handedly basically won all of the battles up in this half. You know, we're no figure to be ignored. Sapphire is a mighty beast now, 42 years of age. I mean, obviously not the age of, say, Vhagar, who's 177 now, but no young dragon either. Let's get more captains. Because more knight advantage is good. That's absurdly expensive. Could give Ryan an accolade. Yeah. We can return our armies home. Great victory over the peaks. Oh, and we can ride on Sapphire. To prepare for my fight, I checked that my footing is sure, and I gripped the handles of the saddle firmly. Before I realized it, we are far above the land, cutting the sky like Valyrian steel, feeling the powerful might below and the wind above. I take in the splendor of land and sea. What a sight to behold! Let's get the dragon training up. How is she now on dragon training? Nearly level 2? Mighty trait. What's... Come on, Lionel, keep you. She's a Dragonrider. You're not going to get much better than that. I mean, you need to get to riding your dragon, honestly. At your age. I know you're chaste, but you and your wife must work together. She's soon to be of age. Your match is soon to be made. It's going to be a grand spectacle for the family. A grand wedding of worthy renown. Especially since they're going to be ranting away all these guys for a lot of money. Seek a worthy successor. No, I'm not going to... I'll just release you, honestly. I don't want to fight you. But you were already paying to be released. I don't know. Maybe he was like, I'll pay the fee and or I'll fight you. I was like, no. Just pay the fee. No need to fight over this. The question of Valex's gender has been a subject of much discussion. As Sandman and I are conversing on the matter, James interjects rather forcefully. Valex is a girl dragon, Sheila cries. Although it is unclear how Jane knows this, she's quite firm in her stance. Jane riding on the back of Valex. I mean, we're going to be quite a... Oh, you want to name her after you? You're not yet. We'll name my second daughter after you, my dear. You know what? She can be all angry over it, but I think we're in a really interesting situation with our dragons now. I mean, Limagon is growing as well. Unwin is being knighted by, knighted and warded and raised by Corley, so he's going to be a very interesting sort. If Sturvon gets a dragon, we'll have 5 dragons in the family already and can become a Dragonrider house. Actually, no, that's Dragon Riders, so I don't think we'll get Dragon Riding house, but we'll Dragon Blood at least. Which, honestly, we probably already are considered Dragon Blood. I can double check that, can't I? House Doron. Oh, we are not considered Dragon Riders yet. I guess you have to get that trait to get it, because obviously if you look at the Targaryens, for example, that's the wrong one. If you look at the Targaryens, for example, yeah, they have a house modifier. Hopefully we too can get as a house modifier. It'd be great for us if we can. Another one wanting to pay their ransom. The fact I could conquer Dawn by myself is very funny to me. And very stupid idea. Lee just entered Regency. Is he off on a journey? He's off to the Stepstones. I assume he's must be off for an event with his brother. It's good to see him being willing to actually work with his brother. That's what you always see. Let us... Yeah, we can construct something in Grimston. Is there anything cheap? No, it's literally only that, and that's pretty expensive. We'll wait. There's 2 empty holdings here, so we could construct the city, maybe. That's something to keep an eye on after we pay for the wedding. Rhaenyra is now 29. Aegor and Viserys, 2 sons born with Maekar. It's a normal marriage, not a matrilineal. I mean, technically, obviously, it doesn't matter if it's matrilineal or not. But it's still interesting to me. Though she is the heir, so I don't think she'd care too much. Why does Rhaenys have green hair? I mean, I had historical or canon births on. I guess in just none of the... I'm 90% sure I had canon births on. But I'm with the fact that all of these children have different names, I now assume that I must have turned... I probably turned it on and then turned it off right after, meaning that I turned it off. Because that sounds like something I would do. In fact, it sounds like something I would absolutely 100% do 100% of the time. Oh god, the Peaks have just lost in war and now they're having a massive plague push through their sides. It's certainly not good. What happened to Unwin? No, there he is. Unwin's still around. Is he the heir? Yeah, he is. Edison's strong arm. Doesn't seem like a strong arm to me, especially not considered to Unwin. Unwin is a strong arm. Unwin's the sort you could trust. So she's a dragon rider, but he isn't? Why is he not riding his dragon? Is there some way I can fix that? Because certainly he should be riding his dragon, right? It's considered a companion. Is it not his to ride? Or is it because we're not a dragon riding house? Because if so, that's a bit stupid. And he should absolutely get to riding his dragon. I might see if I have to do something about that or fix it in the mod, because... Oh, maybe it's a certain age, actually. Maybe the dragon has to be, like, 9, maybe? I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Has to reach a certain age to be rideable. Pay homage. And bestow gift. Yeah, we'll bestow gifts to the Tyrells. We'll take flight. Means it should go way quicker. Just flying to Highgarden on Dragonback. Highgarden is beautiful in this mod. Absolutely beautiful. Raised by Garth the Gardener. Regent furthers mandate. What's my regent doing? You were regent for a day, my son. What are you doing? Right, let's get a grand wedding for these two. Then I think activities, grand wedding in the shield tower. Try and make it as grand as we can afford. Perfect. Well, let's hope Corlys comes along. He should certainly be on the guest list. I wonder if Damon considers me a friend. No, we're only 27 relation. Could offer him a ward. He would accept Jane as a ward, which could be an interesting one for me, especially since she's Dragonrider. Yeah, we'll do that. And then you're already Unwind's ward, right? If not, I'll go make you Unwind's ward. Oh no, I'm Unwind's guardian. I'd much rather you be Unwind's guardian. And there we go, Damon's on. Daenerys has come. Well, that's how you know it's a grand wedding. Corlys is of course here, but Daemon is here, the king is here. And Jocelyn of the Reach is here. Daemon's arrival is very exciting for me. But look at that. These two alone being able to party and enjoy together. Good chance for us to make the king like us. Come on, let me gain access to the dragon pit. That'd be incredibly helpful for me. Why does he say no? Recognizes the importance of dragons. Oh, I see how it is. Okay, I want to eventually get to like him. Okay, he's gonna mock no matter what I do, so I'm not going to send him any poetry. But eventually I want to get on Viserys' good side, and this feast is a good opportunity. In fact, let me... I guess diplomacy with Viserys. Or wow them into submission. The only one I could maybe do that with would be Ocean Road, I guess, but there's no way Ocean Road is at this. Yeah, I mean, they're a child, so they're certainly not here. Spread a legend is a really good one to do at weddings. If I had a legend, I'd do so. I hope we do get a legend for Doron. Doron feels like there should absolutely be one here. Eleanor and Sir Lionel. I hope, chaste or not, milk of the poppy addict or not, I hope he builds up a positive relation with his wife. Because these two are a power couple. You know, dragon riding couple. Such as this. They've got great potential with each other. Why is my spy master a criminal? What's he done? He's excommunicated. I see. Has he arrived? Yes, he has arrived already. Many Reachmen are here, which I did hope for. Lord Varner is here. Darkdales are here. Even Unwin's here. I mean, oh, you can see how the Reach feel of me. Look at the negative relations every Reach Lord has of me. What I thought Jocelyn might like me a bit more after everything I've done for him, you know? Apparently not. At my signal, everyone will get into position. The ceremony will begin. I can't wait. And Stevron, let's take the side. He's bossy. Oh, in that case, we'll get stewardship. Viserys is not going to be impressed. Viserys, I get a rivalry with King Viserys. That does not seem a wise idea. Why is this? As a person standing by his side, it's unwillingly discovered. Look at him, isn't he radiant? And it's a good match. Everything is perfect. As I finally turn around, I realize that my neighbor is none other than King Viserys. I can take advantage of this moment of connection. But speaking to him apparently makes me he's not impressed, even though he is impressed. He's like, wow, this wedding's perfect. And I'm like, I know I'm quite the I'll be like, I know I'm quite the matchmaker. And he goes, ah, fuck off. Who the hell are you? The loyalist faction is forming. That's good. Means he likes me. A favor hook on Queen Lena, who's obviously also at this event alongside her husband. Don't think there's a lot I could probably do with that hook, though. But I am enjoying the ceremony, proud of what I've managed to organise. Everything has gone well so far, and as soon as I think it, I know I've jinxed it. Elena starts stuttering during a vow, severely mispronouncing her spouse's name. I can feel King Viserys' eyes piercing me from the crowd, urging me to intervene. Let's try and recover this. Oh, I diffuse the situation. Wonderful. Oh, now we got to take a look at bloodlines. You can see there's a lot of good bloodlines here. We have the Reachman one, which would give us development growth in our capital and just development growth altogether. So plus 15 and then a plus 10% on top in our capital, which that could be really good. I want to have a nice large capital. Heroes of Old. Gain a Mighty Endeavor for Doron Seed. This Legend Seed is available only to be used once per dynasty. Could be used by any member. This is one that we use to give Doron a legacy when, say, for example, Lionel is our ruler. So, not for first, but maybe for second. Control growth is always good. I mean, the Reachment one's actually really good. But so's the Customs and the Legitimacy one. Don't really like the Activities one. I don't think it matters that much. House of Warriors is, of course, insanely good. And its Noble Veins, of course, for the congenital traits. Although we don't have any in our family yet, so it may not be worth it. I think we go first for the Reachman. Like, we should go for the Reachman, then the Heroic Bloodline, then for Law or Warfare. But we're going to start with getting that development growth up for being a Reachman. That sounds good to me. Well, Paramount Jocelyn paid 75 gold to me. Thank you. Unexpected rains have been plaguing my people and damaging the harvest. He wouldn't trust me if I do it, so I have to take the 67% chance. I got a weak hook on King Viserys because I intimidated him. Ah. A threatened hook. Oh, it needs to be a strong hook to get access to the Dragon Pit. Could use a weak hook to arrange a marriage, though. That's something to keep in mind. Not for Unwin, but maybe for Jane. That's a good hook to have. How long does it last? 10 years. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. We'll let that one go its length. I'm glad I told my subskip and I have King Viserys' arrival, because in the midst of the wedding preparations, I would have missed it otherwise. Instead, I'm standing in the middle of the courtyard, wearing my fanciest clothes and surrounded by a guard of honor, when Viserys makes his entrance. I'm extremely pleased to meet you, King Viserys. I am certain you'll find my hospitality most agreeable, be impressed by all the wonders my realm has to offer. Would you like to see the tapestry? We'll just hope he enjoys the ceremony. I don't want to take a 60% chance because that will probably go wrong. It's because I know myself. The ceremony has reached its climax. The traditional rituals have been completed, and all that's left is the final vows, the formal consent, and the seal of marriage. As both Lionel and Eleanor say I do, the crowd starts cheering, and we all stand to witness the ceremony of the beginning of their life together. How exciting. The two are finally married. Two strong fighters with dragons. Could go wrong. Sure, little can go wrong. Fine sculptures, exotic tapestries, strange foreign flower arrangements, and more festoon the banquet hall. A veritable feast for the eyes. Near my seat, both Prince Daemon and Lord Edwin share their opinions on the decorations. Now this is what I was expecting, booms Daemon. A venue fitting a truly grand wedding. Isn't that nice, Edwin hinges? How expensive can this all have been? I picked, oh, Prince Damon can become our friend. Absolutely, we'll pick that one. Bond with Prince Damon over dinner. Um, do I want to go for Gallant for the Martial and Prowess, or try and get towards Strategist, which gives us Martial and enemy fatal casualties? Let's get Advanced Tactics. Mostly for the envelopment play. No, I'm not a young man, I'm already 44 years of age, so we may only finish one or two of those trees in our time. Despite the festivities, a look of pure abject horror overcomes Elena as our father, Lord Kellis, begins shakily standing up, goblet in hand. Most would consider his reputation for honesty a blessing, but here it proves misguided, with the good-looking man wistfully telling the most embarrassing stories from the bride's childhood. Grin and suffer through it. We're gonna grin and suffer through it. God, he's really badly wounded, isn't he? I guess he never recovered from the war in the Stepstones. Meanwhile, Rhaenys looks absolutely fine. Age 53. Everyone is against spirits. On my left, a group of children are hypnotized by the jugglers. On my right, poets acclaim their latest compositions to an adoring crowd. However, the whole banquet's full silence when a crew of dancers bearing torches make their way to the center of their venue, inviting guests to join them along the way. The view is breathtaking in the low lights of the early evening. The torches light up their smiling faces against the darkening sky and cast interwoven patterns into their shadows. It all looks amazing until Lord Leo trips, knocks a torch from a neighbour's hand, and sets his own clothes aflame. So this one could wound me and burn me. A 7% chance. Or a 92% chance I save him and get a good hook. What is this? This one I can make the King Viserys get wounded and burned. And he would gain 18 trait experience in the burns trait is such a funny way to describe it. I could burn Sir Tristan and the King. I mean, I am a sadist. But I don't think I want to burn the King at my feast. I mean, I've already threatened him enough, apparently. Burning him may not be in my favour. It should be an easy one to battle, right? Yeah, it's just a peasant uprising. After observing King Viserys from afar, I quickly come to the conclusion that I cannot approach him and start talking about the weather. I soon spot Sir Alad across the room. Tell me, where does King Viserys' interest lie? Versed in war arts. Let's use this insight at once. Did you hear the rumors of a courtly plot? Let's see if the war one will work. Oh, he considers me a powerful ally. There we go. An alliance with the king, which now means we are... an alliance with the Seasnake and with the king himself. At the wedding host, I know I should be spending time with the couple and their families, but I just can't tear myself away from my friend Prince Daemon. I can see Lionel starting to glare at me, but every time I excuse myself, Daemon has me howling with laughter all over again. Can gain Confider for diplomacy and stress loss, and my son may grow a rivalry with me. Interesting. Or I can blow it all by having Lionel and Daemon. Let's take a chance. Oh, it worked. Lionel became my friend, and Prince Daemon and Lionel became my friend. Lionel got along with us swimming. It's perfect. Can't imagine this feast going any better. Let's get as much opinion as we can. Why am I fighting? Am I leading an army? I shouldn't be leading an army while I'm... Assume I must be in this army then. Why else would I have my stupid little hat on? Because it is a stupid hat. Okay, I've got rid of it. Why is Sir Edwin listed as like this guest of honor at this feast? He's absolutely not a guest of honor. And then the bedding ceremony to finish it all. Getting a lot of renown, which is good for us. Again, we have to hope these two have a good, strong relationship with each other. Aerys takes to the skies. On the back of Star Hunter. Oh, Daemon's son, following in his father's footsteps on Dragonback. Oh, that's good news. And a potential partner for Jane on the back of Valix. Unwin is almost of age as well, so I may, between episodes, get him his claim over these lands. We get piety, a friendship with Viserys. Let's talk with Viserys. Try and get a friendship too. A friendship with the king and his brother. What could be better than that? My level of fame, of course, going up too. They've been married. I gained 1,200 prestige. I gained Magnificent Host for monthly prestige, renown, diplomacy and stewardship, and courtly vassal opinion for 20 years. And gained legitimacy. Thank you all for coming. And we shall bring this mighty event to a close. And that is where we will call it for this episode. A lot has happened in these last 4 years, and only 4 years. War in the Reach we have succeeded in completing. We have secured the Stepstones for the Rogue Prince and made ourselves an ally of him, and of course an ally with Velaryon, and now an ally of the Iron Throne itself. Hopefully this could be a great boon for us. There's a good chance that us exposing ourselves to the world with our dragons could go badly for us. And it certainly has gone badly in the Reach. We are not well liked by many of the Reach. There are some who have now started to enjoy us, see us as a festive man from our parties. But outside the Reach, our story is beginning to be known. And the king, for certain, knows us well. Hopefully, we can use this to our advantage. Thank you guys so much for watching, and in the next episode, we can only imagine how this match between Lionel and Aelinor will grow, and what Unwin shall do with his claims in the Stepstones. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you all in the next episode. Until then.